What other investments have been some of your favorites? I'm thinking of maybe a BYD or a Costco.
Well, they've all been favorites, but again, BYD is a good lesson. I didn't find BYD. Lilu found BYD. He went into BYD when it was so small that it would have been appropriate in an early stage Sequoia investment. And it was a public company, but it was just so small, it was barely a public company. And he went into it. And this little nothing company, headed by this, we could see that two things about Wan Chuan-Fu. One, he worked 70 hours a week, and the other was he was a genius. And of course, the idea of having somebody who was a genius and had all this mechanical aptitude that Warren and I lacked was interesting, at least to me. And so I was willing to take what was fiddling money by Munger standards and have some of it invested by Lilu and Liu. But then he came to me and said, Wan Chuan-Fu wants to buy a bankrupt auto plant in China and starting there, go into the auto business. And I said, let us mind. I said, God, this is horrible news. I said, it's a really dumb idea. Who in the hell's ever succeeded in creating a new auto company? And competition with older companies that are as admirable as Toyota and so forth, and Mercedes. And people really know a lot about autos. And I said, let's talk him out of it. So we tried to talk Wan Chuan-Fu out of going into it. He paid no attention to us. He charged into it. Lilu and I share the distinction of urging him not to do it.
Thank God he didn't take you up on it.
Well, he did. That's what geniuses do. They don't listen. It's just amazing what he's done. Of course, he's been lucky, but all the great records are partly work, partly talent, and partly luck. In the game of investment, of course, the big winners are going to be people who get luck and who get work and talent and luck. That's what we've had. What was interesting about Berkshire's history is what turned the first $300 million of Berkshire net worth into the first $3 billion of Berkshire net worth. The results we got in turning 300 million into 3 billion really quickly helped us a lot.
What was it?
Well, it was blue chip, stamps, and See's Candy, and the Buffalo News newspaper, and the early insurance operations under Ajit Jain when he came to us. And so it just, and it was a very remarkable thing. And there was some luck involved.